What is going on? What's happening? Grand Rising Queens. I know y'all love that. Hang on. What is going on to the fellas out there? I'm out. I was up late. I was up till 6 a.m., man. You know, I got behind on some homework. I was procrastinating, so I had to get that caught up. You guys let me know if the audio is good. Let's talk about it today. Hey, this is nothing personal, right? If I just don't like you, I just don't like you. Okay? And the people that like to throw jabs at me, you want to know who this is for. You know what I'm saying? Like to throw them like jabs and be petty. Hey, if this is going to be some check-in. Sometimes it's married folks. Sometimes it's overly religious, faceless channels. But again, you probably know because, you know, you people, you can't help but watch my channel. And I told y'all before, get this branch out the way. And I told y'all before, faceless channels are the most bold channels out there. They don't have to worry about anything. They ain't got to worry about anyone calling them out on how they look, how they act, whenever, because when you're a faceless channel for too long, unless you're a really old guy, you know what I'm saying? If you're a faceless channel for too long, you get too comfortable with it. And I don't like people getting in their comfort zones because those same people, they like to talk about people too much. When you allow people to get away with not being called out for their actions and their lack of accountability and being a man, they tend to get really bold. They tend to start, you know, judging other people, which they're really just projecting their insecurities through other people that they've observed. But I have to put this out here really quick because, for one, I'm bored on my walk and I want a little bit of entertainment. Two, I want to stir the pot a little bit because I got to let y'all know, you know, a lot of you faceless channels and you goofy Negroes online, I don't like you. I don't like you just as much as you don't like me. The difference is I'm not a coward. So I'll say it with my chest and I'll, you know what I'm saying, say it with the camera on. And two, I don't really study y'all. When I study women, but when I run across your channel and you say one, because dudes are, in a way, dudes are dumber than women, right? Or maybe dudes are just more ignorant. They want you to know they have a problem with you and they don't want to let anything go. So I have no problem with being just as petty. But because this needs to be said, and on TikTok and on Facebook and on Instagram. So my issue is, if you're a man online trying to sound like the next Malcolm X or Martin Luther King or trying to sound like a revolutionary, very philosophical, whatever the case may be, man, you got to show your face, bro. That you have to show your face. Now, I'm not bashing everybody. I've told you, intellectuals that keep it for the most part neutral unless people come after them. I don't really have a problem with them. You know what I'm saying? And all dudes online take a couple light jabs and spar a little bit. That is kind of the nature of the game. If they think that your ideology, especially the intellectuals or the guys that think they're intellectual, if they know that they got to respect your ideology, they'll just take jabs at the way you think, because otherwise they wouldn't care what you thought and how you move. They wouldn't care. It wouldn't mean nothing to them, but something about what you say and how you move triggers them, and it makes them feel like they have to respond. Just like I said, I'm not taking no strays this year. I'm not letting any of you content creators, when I put out a list of names of people that I say is all right or that I watch or whatever, that don't mean I agree with everything you say, goofy nigga. That don't mean that I watch every one of your videos, right? This goes for the women too. If I list your name online, it doesn't mean I'm watching your content every day. And it doesn't mean that start getting on here as faceless channels that never show your face, and you start talking big, bold, and bad and dropping little innuendos and little extra stuff, man, you're an easy target to me. You're an easy target. No one's going to really care what I say or really go against what I'm saying because you're a coward that doesn't show your face on camera, right? You're a coward that must sit back and watch a lot of content, and you don't want to be held accountable for your words, so you just go faceless. And I want to also let you guys know, you people that are friends with these faceless people, content creators, you know what I mean? Or keyboard warriors, or if you got let's say you got a friend, a so-called friend, it's really a secret enemy. But this is either an you know what I'm saying, online friend or a coworker at your physical job, but you don't really interact with them that much. And when you do see them, right, you know, you try to be nice to them, but they take little snarky shade jabs at you. Y'all know what I'm talking about. People that are supposed to be your friends taking little snarky jabs. Okay, this would be a prime example, right? You know, I watch a lot of content. I like to see if a hater wants to like disguise his issues with me, because what they'll do is they'll try to disguise their issue with you behind criticism. You know what I mean? Or advice. This is the way you do X, Y, and Z. This is how you get it done. You people that don't show your face on camera, there's very few of you that are okay. But understand something. When you go live, right? Because a lot of you you're not made for it. When you go live, you seem nervous. You seem fidgety. You don't have the same confidence you have when you're speaking faceless. What's the word of the day? Black on black on black, black on black on black, black, jet, black. You know what I'm saying? That's the word of the day, my brother. That is the word of the day. Hold up. No wonder I don't have anybody in here. They got me. Hey, LeBron, I'm gonna get out of here because I didn't even look at it, because I don't normally go faceless like a coward. I'm gonna come right back, right? So don't go nowhere. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here because this is not the setup I wanted, and that's why I'm not, you know, in the shorts feed or whatever. You know what I mean? Because I can see who's in here today. It's only 2. I would probably have like 35, 40 people in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, which is good. I'm gonna make a YouTube short out of it and chop it up and put it on the pre-recorded side. But then I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying, log right back in with this same title, and we're gonna go ahead and talk the whole time on this walk, because the issue with this is, as men, we have to start being a little bit more critical about who we get advice from. You know what I'm saying? We have to. And these dudes online, man, they get intimidated, and they end up having issues with you. And not just, you know what I'm saying, dudes online. This applies. This is my job, right? This is my career. So these are the only kind of people I deal with, and the only kind of people I observe. So this could be anybody, you know, brother, family member, but definitely like this is how dudes move, right? See, a lot of these dudes, man, you know, you yourself, LeBron, you done went and found yourself a wife. They don't want to hear stuff like that. They don't want to hear stuff like that. According to them, there ain't no good women out here whatsoever at all. You know what I mean? So what'll happen is, let's say you got some coworkers, you got your fiance, y'all about to get married September 27th, you know, you letting everybody know this, and then Negroes start coming up. Like they don't talk about your marriage directly, but Negroes around you start talking about how treacherous these women are, and how, you know, the right way to go about getting a woman would be X, Y, and Z. You know, if you know what I mean? Like, but they'll say it in ear range, you know what I mean? So that they can get to you, so you can hear it, right? Like stuff that don't even matter, goofy stuff that nobody really be thinking about, but they just start talking about how, man, you know, as far as marriage in the US, you know, I would have probably looked over X, Y, and Z stats from this, you know, syndicated whoop, or, you know, this peer study from, you know, this university and da 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 da. And you're like, is this directed to me? They won't say your name, but it's all about newly married, newly engaged, right? So you're just like, what you're doing is you're not getting triggered by it. You're noticing, and this is a black man type of thing, you know, not saying anything about any other race because I don't really know and be around the other races that much. So gotta speak on this. And you're just like, man, you know, so what's happening is you have Negroes out here that are paying too close attention to the things you're doing, and they always have something to say. You know what I'm saying? What's my position with it? Divine? Absolutely. You know, absolutely. And that's why I'm glad that my channel is full of real ones, because it's easy to get online and say a bunch of stuff that sounds nice. But how are you a representation of living God in this realm by hiding your face? Or Allah, how are you a representation of this in this realm when you're hiding your face? When you have bold words, but you don't want to say, you don't want to show your face. Like you're some type of diplomat, or, you know what I'm saying? Foreign national or politician or something. You're nothing of the sort. You're nobody like everybody else. What it is you're cowardly. And you can always tell these guys, see, I tell you guys to tread light. And sometimes when I name dudes or women, and I say, oh, they all right, or I listen to them, me saying I listen to you doesn't mean I like you. It doesn't mean that I agree with you. I said I listen to you. If I say that you're an intellectual, it doesn't mean that I like you. It doesn't mean that I agree with you. I just believe you think you're smart, right? So I give you y'all's credit where your credit is due to make you feel okay, you know, kind of see if you're going to back off or double down. Because if you're a shark, you're going to smell blood in the water and you're going to, oh, he's weak enough. Let me go ahead and start talking some more junk. If you're smart, you'll back off, go about your way, start talking about other stuff, right? And I name names for a reason. I don't have to at you in my title. I don't need, I'm just going to say your name in my video. No adding needed, right? My face is shown. Like if my video, listen, let me tell you something else. I don't at people, and you shouldn't at people either. If you're adding someone, you're chasing clout. You're chasing clout. You're attaching your name to them directly, and then you're making a review video or whatever. Okay? Okay? You're chasing clout. Why are you atting the person? What I do is, it's not that serious. The people don't even know who you are. What I do is I speak on people that I think, I react to people that I think have seen my content. There's no need to add them, because these are the people I speculate that are watching my content and probably not doing their due diligence by hitting the like button and sharing and whatnot. So when I name you off, let me turn around, man, be freaking these neighbors out. When I name your name off, you know what that means. It ain't even like I get on here and tell you, because you probably listen to me enough to know that, you know, you're on my list. If I name your name in any kind of capacity, you're on my list. You're either good on my list or you're not. Either way it goes, I believe that you watch my content. I don't care what you say. None of you idiots was trained by the U.S. government at the levels of the White House. So you can try to think that you have it covered. No. Anyone I mention has said something out of their mouth that it was something I said first. Whether it was my ad libs or my actual information, the words and exactly how I say them, you said it the exact same way. Oh, David, everybody's, no. David gets online and speaks a certain kind of way. David likes to leave his trademark, his signature type of speaking. So when he hears his words on somebody else's mouth, that's why you have to work on yourself and be as authentic as possible. The more authentic you are, the easier it is to identify who's watching you and who is not. Now, I know a lot of you like, this guy's obsessed with knowing who's watching him. Why wouldn't you be? And this is your business. My business is views, building up my soul tribe, and getting rid of any kind of hater that thinks they can affect my growth. If I don't get on here and call out content creators that are literally watching my channel religiously, they're not hitting the like button, they're not shouting me out, no type of capacity, but they're feeding off my words like a newborn baby bird that I'm regurgitating worms into their fucking mouth. That's how they act. But they don't want to acknowledge my wisdom, be it because they're older than me or the same age as me or around the same age as me. And they don't want to acknowledge the fact that someone has more wisdom than they do because they have way more life experience than you cowards. I actually joined the military, deployed to Iraq a couple times. When you're in Iraq, you got to deal with politics and things of that nature. You don't want to get a bullet in your back from these Iraqis. You got to know how to move right, talk right. And then you guys, you act like you think you're better than what you are. You think you're more cultured than you are, better spoke. You people, it sounds nice in theory, but the realness of it is you won't show your face on camera. You're a grown man and you will not show your face on camera. You know what I'm saying? That don't make any sense. Here we go. See, LeBron in here talking that real nigga shit. You know what I mean? They want the talking points. They don't like me whatsoever, but they know that I'm someone. See, what happens is they go viral if they bring something new. See, it works like any other job, you guys. And that's why you see these content creators stressing, getting up and regurgitating something that some other content creator put out 2 hours earlier. It's about putting out the newest content, you know, riding that wave, and they'll regurgitate what other bigger content creators have put out a day prior or hours prior so they can ride that content creator's algorithm and wave. You know what I'm saying? And the newer content and when you put out stuff that no one else is speaking in the way of and you have a decent sized following, you'll go viral. And also people will think that you're the one that came up with those words. And a lot of content creators are out here trying to be the first to do something. I was the first to say this. I was the first to say that. I was the first to predict this. I was the first to predict that. You know, so their egos are wild. They want to come off mystical and like a seer, and they want to also come off like a fitness expert. They want to also come off like they're philosophical and some great teacher or college professor or whatever in some far land, you know, teaching those people how to be better versions of themselves than they already are, right? You know, these people, they move like this. You know what I'm saying? And I just, when I get online and I start seeing, I told you this year, I'm taking no strays. When I put on a video of you goofies, it's knowing while I'm working out, so I have plenty of time to let it rock. I'm not wasting no time at all. Once I hear you running your mouth, taking little shots, you're not gonna say my name. You'll tell your content creator buddies you're not saying my name because you don't like me. You don't want to give me free clout. Every time you regurgitate words that other me to find information, when you regurgitate this shit before they do, they know you're watching me too. See, you guys got to watch out, man. You got to watch out. And I get it, right? Most of y'all are really dumb. And some of you have been online too long and you're burnt out and you don't have any ideas. You don't know how to get offline. You don't know how to take yourself out of your comfort zone so God can bless you with some new information so you can add it to the lexicon. And shout out to some of y'all out there are adding new things to the lexicon. Some of y'all are making attempts to come up with your own verbiage and terminology type of stuff. I noticed that. Shout out to y'all. You know, not saying that you're where you're supposed to be at yet, but these people like Dr. Thunder and stuff like him, he's out here trying, you know, to put out a few things of his own, you know. And again, if you're inspired by me and you start taking my ad libs and things like that, but then you start developing your own off of it and understanding what I mean by being authentic and also being creative, and then you start talking like I'm the first to say this and you heard it here first, and I look at you and listen to what you're saying, I know I ain't heard it before, I'm going to support you. Just like I called out Dr. Thunder just now. When I hear someone bringing something new, like the live stream I just heard from him, it was something new he said. I can't remember what it was, but I never heard it before. Something he came up with on his own. That needs to be supported because all this regurgitation stuff, it causes for a lot of infighting because you think you're taking something from someone and they won't notice you, you know, or you think that maybe that, you know, you're taking something and they're not watching your content. Well, the algorithm put you in, you know what I'm saying, put me in your algorithm. They also put you in mine. I'm an engineer. I want y'all to understand that. If I'm popping up in your algorithm, you're popping up in mine. Okay? See, when you're not an engineer and you don't build algorithms, I'm your worst nightmare. I'm a content creator. I'm an actual engineer that builds algorithms. So when I see certain things I know how you got in my feed. I know how you got in my feed. And it ain't due to us being in the same niche. No, you're watching my shit. And then when I see I'm an observer. If I do it the right kind of way, I only do it when it's something that affects me. So when I see all these content creators in this niche I'm in, and I think they're all separate, but then I start seeing all of them in each other's live streams. And they want the other people to know. They want the live streamer to know they're in their live streams. They check in and all this. I'm like, oh, so you niggas pop up and everybody's in this niche's live streams. You just only speak to the people you like, the people that you want to get put on, the people that you feel like deserve it due to them doing this longer, you knowing them. But then you keep coming over here, you and them, and stealing my talking points, just like LeBron said. Stealing talking points because you're brain dead and you're stupid and you want to come off a certain way online, smart. Or maybe you need to make a hidden enemy. So I'm just the kind of guy that gets online. I'm not you idiots faking that I'm humble. Most of you people have a bigger ego than me. You're faking that you're humble. You're faking you have humility. You don't have any. Due to the fact I know, because I hear some of you people regurgitating my words and taking shots at me, but you never mention my channel. You never mention any channel similar to mine, any truth teller that's not scared to say what's up. I've been calling out you content. I'm calling out you content creators like Greg Doucette, right? And Greg, I'm just like you, brother. Maybe I have some issue or disability when it comes to remembering names. So if I butchered your last name, hey, I might just be like you, Greg. I might have some kind of disability where I can't remember names right. You know what I'm saying? I never looked into nothing like that. Maybe I had that. So for you guys that I butcher your names, maybe I'm like Greg Doucette, the former bodybuilder that's on YouTube now, giving out great coaching advice. Maybe I have a disability where I can't remember names right. So when y'all get mad that I butcher your names, maybe I don't have it in me to remember them right. Maybe I'm just like Greg, a genius that doesn't have it in me to remember names right. You know what I'm saying? So just remember that whenever y'all, this guy don't never get my name right. He's retarded. Da, 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 da. I'm so retarded, but you keep coming over here and getting information from me, stealing talking points from me, wanting to regurgitate it to your group of content creator friends in the same niche so you can seem like you know what you're talking about, or hell, just using my concepts, period, when I talk about the way that society is molding women. And you guys can sit there and say, well, people have been talking about, I know you like to go and fish up an old Kevin Samuels clip or something that's similar to what I say, so you can make it seem like, that old video some kind of way stuck out to you or popped up in your feed, and that's what triggered this great topic you're talking about, not the fact that I went live and said the same thing the day before, right? They're swagger jackers, definitely for the older groups. For the younger Gen Zers, I know that they copy me to a certain extent, but the Gen Zers have their own little flow about things. They do have their own way of making content. It's mostly TikTok looking, right? It's normally the green screen in the background. And so even if the young buck does take what I say, they mix their own little, new young bucks. It's always the guys like my age or older, right? They're like about my age in their mid to late 30s and older. And for you black men out there, if you don't know, man, look, I'm gonna just be real with you, man. There's a lot of generational curses still going on amongst black people and black men. Most black dudes, if you got any emotion and women pay you attention, hell, if you're engaged, they're going to be jealous of you. I'm just gonna be real. I ain't trying to be funny or nothing. They're gonna be jealous of you, right? They're gonna find a reason to be jealous of you. It's just that nigga spirit in them that hasn't been broken yet. Like they ain't really, awakened like they claim they have. And if you a guy with your emotion, you don't kiss really no ass. You call things out for what they are, because you ain't nobody gonna whoop your ass, right? You just like, being ostracized means nothing to you, because you don't want to play the politics. You don't want to play. You do want people that steal your ideas to give back in some type of way, whether that's sharing or what. But you don't give a crap either way it goes about like networking with losers who are emotional and egotistical, and they think they can decide, especially Negroes. See, this is why the black community, I need to have another conversation about this. That black community thing is another way for Negroes to check you and to be able to steal from you and then be like, well, I'm your brother. Like, we supposed to share information, and no, you're stealing. You don't give credit where credit is due. You don't give credit where, see, I'm not, you guys, y'all watch my content and you're just like, oh, this guy's putting up stuff. I'm very innovative, y'all. These content creators know that shit. I'm very innovative. The way that I make thumbnails, the way that I, chop up my live streams, the way that I come up with different ways to repost my content, the apps I use to repost my content, because I'll be real, and I'm not going to sit here and say that, it's not something that was going to go viral anyway. But there was really nobody using Opus clips until like I got on here and started talking about it. And so I had to learn how to keep things to myself, which is going to bother content creators too, because I used to come on here and give a bunch of free game, right? And they go back and regurgitate it. And this is when I am on that whole, I'm looking for real people. I watch only content, unless I'm needing something to motivate me, where people are being authentic and original. Authentic and original. Throwing shade at people that you don't really like for no good reason, it never made any sense to me. And being a faceless channel, like, you guys, man, y'all got to know your place, man. I'm just going to be real. I'm going to be real, man. You have to know your place. And I'm going to tell you something. Most of the time out here, it's going to be Negroes that want to steal your content, steal your intellectual property, steal from you in general, even if you work in a regular job. And there'll be the same Negroes talking about community, how we need to come together, how we're no longer together no more, how we don't move like we're supposed to. It'd be the same people, man. It'd be the same people projecting what they're doing to other people, right? It's nonsensical, and it's so idiotic that, like I said, I got to the point where I couldn't watch, these people no more. I can't really watch most content creators that are in my niche. I just see how they take shots. I don't really take petty shots. Well, I take petty shots, but you know who I'm talking about. I say their names. I give you more. These people like to speak in these real innuendo-y ways, and I don't like cowards, man. Like, I just don't like cowards. I don't like, you think that you're not coming across like a coward or you're hiding your cowardism. No, you're not. Bro, I am an Army veteran. You're trying to find little slick ways, take jabs at an Army veteran who's about that life. I'm literally about that life. I went to war twice. When y'all get online and you start whining about the way to handle disagreements with people and the way not to, how would you know how not to do it if you're doing it your way and your way is the right way? The only way you would know how not to do it is to be observing someone that's doing it in a way that you don't think is right. Y'all get on here, and what you really do is you project on the people how you feel about others doing things differently than you are, because you think the way that you do things is the only right kind of way. And the way that you got to where you're at, you thought it was the only way to get there. And when you see someone like me that moves different, I don't kiss no ass. I ain't gonna be calling out, or not calling out, but shouting out, or in my live streams, kissing ass of other content creators so they think I like them and da-da-da-da. I will mention you, and I will say a few things about you. He aight, or I listen to him, he seems intellectual. I never say like, oh, these dudes are my favorite and I watch them religiously. Those words don't come out of my mouth. So if you want to be able to feel like, oh, this guy's watching me daily and this guy's getting, I'm not, man. I'm really not. And I'm very selective about my words, because I've seen content creators who know that other people have subscribed to them throw that in people's faces when those guys take off. And they be like, this guy subscribed to me years ago. This guy, man, don't do that to yourself ever with me. If you one of those content creators, because I see Saint in the Center does a lot, like he'll bring up something like, this guy subscribed to me. Bro, I'm telling y'all, that's a bad idea. Okay? Someone subscribing to you don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing. A lot of times I subscribe to support, but nowadays I subscribe because I'm investigating you, right? Like, I'll subscribe because, oh, you just said something that seemed like you kind of talking too much. Just like women talk too much and they tell you what they're really thinking. These emotional single mother raised content creators talk too much. And if you listen to the words they use, the words they choose to use, they give themselves up every time. They're trying to be, inconspicuous but you still telling yourself, because in order for you to get your point across, you got to structure it enough to put enough information in what you're saying to kind of give yourself away. And a lot of times y'all be throwing little shots and sometimes directed towards me. I'm going to pick up on that. You're not smart enough to hide it, or you're too egotistical to put enough effort in doing that. But you don't say it straight out, and you don't say my name straight out because you know better. You know that if you do say my name straight out, I will come after you directly, full force. I'm not worried about none of y'all and worried about none of y'all whooping me. I'm definitely not worried about y'all clicking up together online and showing how weak you are to come after one person that stands alone. See, that's why you Negroes, see, I say things like I say, so you can't get away with bullying, clicking up, talking, because if I don't let it be known that it's cowardly to click up and go after one person, it's cowardly to kiki on your stupid ass panels, dropping inside jokes about certain people, it's cowardly. It's cowardly. And you people are able to get away with it because you have money, you have subscribers, but none of y'all are war veterans. None of y'all are actual heroes. None of y'all done anything greater than yourselves, put your life on the line for other people and things greater than yourself that you believe in. So I know a coward when I see one. So when y'all run your mouth online trying to discredit the kind of archetype that I am, you're a coward. All this big talk you do, you ain't never served the military. You ain't never been a firefighter or a Coast Guard guy or even a cop. You've never faced danger. So when you get online and you've never done nothing, never faced nothing, you project your cowardism by criticizing those that do. You project your cowardism by criticizing those that do. Because while we're out here putting the work in to make things safe and also to scare other countries so they never take your freedoms for you, you get online and you have your little criticism for actual combat veterans, for warriors, for your freedom safeguarders. You idiots think just because I get on here and I'm smooth with it, you forget I'm a whole 2-time combat Army veteran, that I served 9 years in the military, that I worked my way from, being a regular Army guy to working at the White House, which is the top level of the military. You can't get no higher than that. You can't get no higher than that. So when you Negroes are complaining and trying to be cute, all I see is a bunch of envious losers, some of which too scared to show their face online, that just want to throw shots because I trigger your insecurities. You don't really have any reason to throw any shots in my archetype. I'm a single father right here. As much as you look, and another reason why you losers get mad at me, because I call out everything. If you're a 35 and up loser who ain't engaged or married or working hard to get that way, and you have no kids and no prospect, nigga, you might be sus. We don't know what you've been doing. Women don't know what you've been doing. See, when I say stuff like this, I trigger a lot of males that are black males more specifically that are low vibrational, looking for a reason to dislike me anyway. Because 52% of black males don't have kids. So that's the majority. So if you're weak, you're going to take that as a slight. Well, if you're not getting no coochie, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no kids, and now you can't hide behind the fact that you're just some, high value guy that every woman wants, but no woman has ever been able to, get pregnant by you. You've never been married to one. So you can't hide behind that player facade when someone like me come along and says, well, how do we know you get women? You don't have no kids, you have no proof. How do we know you get women, you get dimes? How do we know you're able to make kids? How do we know that you didn't bat for the other team for a little while? We don't know. So whenever I say things like that, and I'm not even directing it to you, you take slight with it. You get pissed off. It's like when I'm talking about faceless channels. You shouldn't let what I say bother you whatsoever, man. There's this dude out here that I watch sometimes, and I kind of actually do like this dude. He's pretty funny. This dude, I said the dumpster, but I went back and looked at his name. It's the dumper, right? This dude, and every time I start saying these guys' names, they start dropping shady little shit, towards my archetype. They do it every time. Like I say something about some of these other guys I mentioned on the other live streams, all of a sudden these people like Jet Black stuff start saying weird little innuendo-y weird ass shit. Like weird shit, man. And it's like, bro, like, I don't like you, nigga. I just said that you seem like you're intellectual, right? And some of the stuff that you're talking about as far as religion, it resonates. All these ideologies you have about men and life and how, man, I don't give a damn about none of that. I don't give a damn about none of that. You seem like you're very knowledgeable on the religion that you're a part of, and all. I just like listening to that religion and how, because it seems like I'm in more of alignment with another religion than I am Christianity. And all I do is just like research that religion that I seem like I'm in more of alignment with because of the fasting I do and the amount of praying I do. But that's about it. Like nothing else, bro. Don't think that your ideology or philosophy on anything else matters to me. You know what I'm saying? Right? So any jabs taken that don't mention my name and your faceless channel or perceived jab, I mean, you're already a coward. So I can only take you so serious. You're an admitted coward by not showing your face. So why would I take you serious like I would another man who look right into the camera and say what he has to say? I'm not. I'm not. And y'all been able to get away too long with getting online sounding tough. We all are online sounding tough, right? We all are. We keyboard warrior and it. We ain't doing nothing to nobody. We can't do nothing to nobody. But when you don't even show your face, don't even do it to yourself, man. Don't do it to yourself, right? Oh, but you know what? Do it to yourself, but know that nobody with sense listens to a word out of your mouth unless you're talking in a way that's like, you know, talking deeper and philosophical about humanity and just some great type of stuff. But like just your specific ideology about how men are moving nowadays, single men, or I don't care. I don't care. And but I have to get on here because every time I call people out that I think are haters, I call people I think throwing shade, my views go up, my blessings rain down. Because in my life, the way God works for me, I got to call my enemies out to them. I got to call my enemies out to them. I got to say it out loud. God knows what I'm thinking, but God want me to say it out loud in my chest. I got to put you out there. I got to let you know that I know that you watch and you have things to say. But unlike you, I'm not going to be a coward. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think about all that mess. Okay? And it ain't got nothing to do with like getting online and acting like, if you want to go off of like literally what a badass would be, I mean, I'm not trying to come off that way. You know, I am what I am. If I'm him, I'm just him. If I'm a combat veteran that served 2 years in Iraq, you know, in cavalry scouts, a cavalry scout unit, and I didn't even sign up in the Army to be any kind of infantry guy. I signed up to be an engineer. But when you're an engineer or a tech guy and you're assigned to a combat arms unit, you're now combat arms. Because the first job they teach you in basic training is how to pew pew. That's your number one job in the Army, whether you tech or not, is to shoot and shoot them up. That's your job. Okay, you ain't gonna get up out of it just by being a tech guy. I thought I was gonna get up out of it. Nope. You know what I'm saying? 1 year with a tanker unit, and then the next year with cavalry scouts. And our motto was shoot them in the face. Okay. So I'm not on here just like what you think because I look like I take care of my skin, and you might think I look kind of soft, and don't let the smooth taste fool you, nigga. Like I ain't really on here playing with y'all like that. This is my job. This is my career. I take it serious. So if I'm taking it serious like I took the Army and I studied my Iraqi counterparts and I made sure that I was, you know, political over there so I wouldn't get blown up or shot in the back, but I let them know how I'm taking this battlefield just as serious. I identify my enemies and my targets. I study you. I study you. I don't get offended by what you say because I know you don't mean nothing. Right? But I need to study you. And then I want to show you what psychological warfare is, because I was actually trained by the US government on psychological warfare. That's why a lot of my words resonate and I get people like I do, because I was trained for this. That's why you don't want to call me out directly, because you know I'm going to psychologically destroy you to the end of time. I'm not going to stop. Be like 50 Cent with it. Every year it gets more and more petty. So you can be reminded you should have never messed with me in the first place. You should have never came over here. To sit here and challenge you into a physical fight would be a moment in time that everybody could forget. But if I can make money off of you by just talking about you and your dumbass way of thinking, you know, and then drag this out and do this, then I can monetize it and I can really torture your ass over a long period of time. And I'm not sadistic. I'm like, oh, here we go. No. I want those don't start nothing, won't be nothing. I want them people to just leave me alone. You don't like me, trust me, I don't like you either. I just don't, I'm not emotional. I'm not going to like let the way that you are, you know, change how I move or dictate anything. I will get on here and call you out, but this afternoon I'll be on here chopping up my subscribers, showing my face and laughing. You content creators don't show your face. You think you're getting on here making some Malcolm X proclamation, right? You're not doing nothing, nigga. You're not doing nothing but getting online, being faceless, attracting other faceless channels. You know what I'm saying? Having observers like me listen to a coward talk like he's some kind of tough guy. And not tough guy in the sense like you're going to hurt somebody physically. Maybe you think you can, but just a verbal tough guy. Someone that thinks that he's eloquent enough and philosophical. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're a coward, bro. Shit, nigga, like most of us to a certain extent, we're exercising cowardism by, you know, saying certain things about other people, and it's all online. It's all fake. You know, the only real way to be a full 100% real dude is to only call somebody out in real life. So to a certain extent, we're all exercising cowardism. I can agree to that, you know, even myself. But for you to be able to be a coward, knowing that no one can touch you because you're recording from your phone or your computer or a camera, and still be so cowardly to not show your face, that's a new level of cowardism. That kind of cowardism is a dangerous level of cowardism. You think you can hide your face, hide yourself, and give all this criticism, advice. That is a dangerous level of entitlement and cowardism. Dangerous. Dangerous, man. Listen, you Negroes be better off just saying, I just don't like blah, blah, blah. Bruh, I don't need for you to like me. Don't know why y'all keep, we know why, the talking points, right? The way of phrasing things and putting things together that you guys can just regurgitate what I'm saying and get plenty of views. And also get told, oh, that was deep. Oh, that was deep. Hey, man, listen, you motherfuckers that really aren't deep like that, you get exposed. And if you're one of these people, like let's say, for example, that show, Tonight's Conversation, a lot of those people were stealing talking points from me, man. A lot of those dudes on there were stealing talking points from me. And that show crashed and burned. Now, he's out there still making content, but nobody watched that shit like that. I don't even see his videos spreading through the algorithm like they were prior to this huge Tonight's Conversation. The only thing that's spreading through is that Kitty Rose chick or whatever, Kitty whatever. Kita, I don't know, man. You don't mess up names. You know what I mean? The chick that got the lipo. You know what I mean? The online bragging about being thin, but we all know that she got some lipo or whatever done. That's the only videos I see. I don't see nothing from that Tonight's Conversation. And a lot of those Negroes was stealing my talking points, bro. Like, I stopped watching that crap. Because even when Ace was pandering to women, I would still watch it because, and honestly, he's a comic to me. Like, he played the hell out of the women. He get on there doing some real theatrical stuff, and I'm like, I can see it clear as day that he's, you know, pandering, and the women would just love it, right? And he's getting all their money. So I really stopped having a problem with the Ace dude. He's hustling the crap out of women, not men. We're not falling for it, right? But then the other dudes like Trip, and then I'm like, nigga, you know, bar for bar. You know what I mean? Just like Soldier, bar for bar. And when I hear my words on these niggas, man, I'm like, and everybody calling these guys, you know, deep. And then I'm like, bro, they regurgitating my stuff. And everybody think they so deep and this and that and the third. Because I remember when the show first started and the way they were talking. And then as time went on, niggas started sounding more and more like me. So I'm just like, man, see what happens is, again, you gotta move in a way where you're so unique that nobody can take nothing from you. Y'all wonder why I work out like I do, work on my skin, because God is telling me, bro, like you that dude, and and it's always been this way. It's not like I just got online and I got niggas trying to steal from me while acting like they have a problem with me and they don't like me. Man, it's been like this. I told you the story about how I had to get promoted in the White House. I had a Navy guy that didn't like me. He was a married dude. He didn't like how I was getting women and woo, and how I was making rank fast, and he wanted to do something about it. He tried to slow me down from making rank, right? I've always had this. It's always where people that are in positions of power over me, they know that I'm not scared of them. They know that I'm not going to kiss their ass. They know that I'm going to tell them like it is, no matter what. And they know that I'm damn good at my job. They know if I wasn't qualified to go to the board, that other NCO, that Army guy, shout out to my boy Frith, wouldn't have been able to take me to the promotion board. I wouldn't have been qualified. I was obviously qualified, but the Navy guy put new rules in place because he didn't want to see somebody like me being the same rank as him, telling him, nah, I ain't doing that. I ain't even got to, at the point we're the same rank, I ain't got to respect you whatsoever. Nah, I ain't doing that, and that's dumb. Let me tell you why. He didn't want me doing that, so he wanted to make sure I was one rank underneath him at least. Right? We're not doing this, bro. I've been dealing with y'all in different spirit form. No, same spirit in different bodies. I'm sorry. I've been dealing with you demons, man. Been chasing me around everywhere I go, trying to find a way to infect somebody that's low vibrational enough to have a problem with me and don't even know me, to think that it's okay to steal another man's words while having a problem with the way that he moves. How are you going to steal my words, nigga? But the man that came up with them, you have a problem with the way that I speak to women. You have a problem with the way that I put my information out there, and you feel like you can critique it, but you're stealing my words. You act like you feel like my words are better suited for you, and why ain't God giving them to you instead of me? Because you ain't real enough to represent God. You're a whole coward. God is not a coward. He is the light. You don't hide in the darkness and the shadows. You can't be him if you aren't willing to take the sacrifice, put yourself out there. If you're not willing to do that, to sacrifice yourself for what you know God is telling you to put out there and your belief, then you're not him. You don't deserve to be put on no kind of anything to anyone. Coward. Now, you can take it however you want to. I'm hoping to continue. And y'all that be out there that used to be faceless channels that should be thanking me for calling you out, because I've noticed after I said, oh, blah, 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 faceless channel, I've seen faceless channels go from not showing their face to being on camera every day smiling. And I know you feel better, especially you women out there. I know y'all feel better you're showing your face on camera. Don't you feel more authentic? Don't you feel like you really giving the people what they want? Instead of you gypping them with just your voice, they can't see how you're really reacting to what you're saying. They can't see your face. They can't see how you really think. You can say whatever. If people can't read your facial expressions, they really don't know how you're intaking the information. They don't know how you're handling it, right? You're a professional. You're a grown adult. Where is your face at? Now, again, I told you, there's a few exceptions. And the only reason why I say this, because I haven't necessarily felt like BGS Ipmore has ever taken a slight towards me. I could be wrong. You know, dude's pretty smart. Maybe he said some stuff that went over my head, you know, but as far as I know, I ain't felt like dude took no slight towards me. This man, now, let me say something real quick. BGS does sound older, but he doesn't sound like he's 70-something or Morgan Freeman style. That's disrespectful. No one's going to let that slight just go by. That's disrespectful. You ain't cute, nigga, and you ain't funny. You don't sit there and insult a man right into his face and say, oh, I'm just joking. You don't even show your face, nigga. You don't even show your face on camera. I'm not, BGS to take it for himself. This ain't about him. It's about him showing you some respect. And then when he's there, you trying to crack jokes and you're not even funny. You're not even funny. Shit wasn't funny. If you got to explain the joke, it ain't funny. Okay? Nobody sounds like they look like Morgan Freeman. The fuck? The fuck are you? Y'all got to be real careful who you side with. As much as you dislike me, I am real. I do not shade people that show me respect or would pop up in my live stream right to their face because I'm too much of a coward. I'm too emotional and cowardly to be man enough to keep that internal, weird ass, disrespectful way of thinking to myself. Right? It's weird. You know what I'm saying? Like that's too comfortable for me. If being a part of a community means I show up to someone's live stream and they take a jab at me and I'm like, what? Nigga, I just all I did was just show up in your live stream, man. Hey, what's all that about? This shit ain't funny. It ain't funny. You know what I'm saying? And again, if BGS is aligned with somebody that takes a lot of shots towards people and I think that's throwing shade towards me, more than likely BGS probably don't too much care for me either. Remember, I don't care. I don't care who likes me or who don't. As long as you don't disrespect me, I ain't got no disrespect for you. As long as you ain't taking no shots or throwing no shade towards me, I ain't got no, you ain't got to like me, nigga. We're grown men. We're going to have things about each other we don't like. Insecurities that other people trigger. I get it. But what I don't do is if someone ain't got no problem with me, I don't normally, you know what I'm saying, start nothing with them. If I feel like someone is taking a jab, he done popped up in my content too much. He done popped up my Instagram and done popped up my Facebook, or he done popped up my YouTube and my Instagram. Like, nah, nigga, I think you watching my content. And then you take a little slight, little shade, little, you know what I'm saying, little jab that's directed towards my archetype or something very, very close to what I said. I'm not going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Hell no, nigga. I'm going to give you a warning shot. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you a warning shot. This is it right now. You better back off, Goofy. You better back off. telling you straight up, boy, I don't need for you to show your face for me to do a little bit of investigative journalism, find out why you ran to another country and get a little bit more background and then start taking jabs, you know what I mean? Like jabs at your direct story without saying your name. Like, man, it sounds like some shit that I did a couple years ago that if it's public and it's online and I find out about it, I'm gonna fuck with you. Because you niggas coming over here disliking my content, you ain't gotta like me. But are you watching my videos all the way through? Are you hitting that like button? Because I got very few likes. Are you hitting that like button? I don't think you are. I think my soul tribe's hitting that like button. My cousin Trey, I don't think that you are out here hitting that like button. I think you keep coming over here, hate watching. I motivate you dumb, goofy, lazy niggas to get up and get something done, right? Because you don't know how to give respect where respect is due. You don't know how to give back to people. See, some people, you guys got to understand, when you're a light and you vibrate high, people will attach themselves to you just to be more productive without your consent. And that pisses me off. That's why I call out copycats. You're attaching yourselves to me. I never gave you permission to. You're feeding off my energy. It's all about energy. You're a parasite. You're a parasite. You need people like me of the light so you can have someone to dislike. Easy to dislike someone that's authentic and don't let others bother them. Because then you can say, oh, he's in la la land. I'm just going to tell you, I just can't stand how happy. You can't stand how happy I am, nigga, because you miserable. Other reasons why you online not showing your face and always mad. Can't even see if a nigga ever crack a smile. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. Because you don't hear without his face showing, arguing and whining all the time. Complaining. You don't give nothing back. See, I know I learned something with this Aaron Hall, I'm getting better at the name thing. Have y'all seen that video going around with that black dude, Aaron Hall, doing his morning routine? It's got like 600 and something billion views or something like that. What is the black guy that got this video out? He's a fitness influencer. So, you know, he's pretty jacked, I guess. More than likely he's on the roids, but people, you know, he claims he's not, but all those fitness influencers say they're not. But anyway, he has his morning routine where he shows you what he does when he gets up at 3 something in the morning. What he did was he collected all the ideas that are trending right now. And he consolidated them in one video. He knows that people are looking for ways to get in shape, looking for biohacks. Like when I tell people I get up early in the morning, or I tell people I drink a lot of water, or I start showing my water jugs, because I drink a gallon of water a day, and I start showing my water jugs in my videos, I start seeing other influencers with water bottles in their videos. I see other influencers talking about health is wealth and things of that nature. They don't want to give me credit where credit is due, but I'm still influencing them, and they're still influencing their audience. So, you know, it's still a win-win. But I still see Negroes doing this, and these same Negroes be talking about community. The same Negroes be talking about community, right? And what it is there's a hierarchy in every niche online where you have to kiss a little ass and go to their live streams, you know, get in their live streams, start glazing them over a little bit, you know, so they can shout you, hey, what's going on? Blah, 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 blah. I blah, 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 blah. I see your channel too. Listen, if I don't watch your content like that, which I watch very few live streams. I got content creators I like a lot, but I don't watch their live stream because sometimes they go into a tangent. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. They could be taking shots too. So I just wait for the live stream to be over and I go back and I watch, you know, a little segment of it, like 30 minutes of it. I don't watch the whole damn thing. You know, you got to be really rocking like Lapeefin was doing at one time where you staying on topic. There's no inside jokes. You know, you're not like straying too far and you're engaged for me to watch the whole thing. Like that 1 4-hour video they had, no jokes was being said. They got to the meat and potatoes. They were going into the whole time. And by the end of it, they all came to a resolution. I fuck with that. I watched it, right? I always tell y'all who I watch and whatever. It ain't because I'm trying to chase clout. I'm giving credit where credit is due. If I think that y'all had a good video or some good content, I'm gonna let people know. I have people that watch me. I have content. It ain't just content creators. I have people that watch me and then they go and start watching y'all's content because I said that you was okay. You know what I'm saying? Like when I put that Taylor, I don't want to mess her name up. The chick on IG, the black chick that I recently put up. And then I said that after she got an increase in followers, she started talking bad about certain kinds of men. And I'm like, the men gave you that extra following. I put your video out there. I've seen other content creators use her video after I put her on. I go and search out people. This is how I know people are lazy that are content creators. They don't search out people. They just go and look at the people that someone else has already searched and then go and repost their video and put their perspective on it. I go to Instagram and TikTok and find these people and Facebook. That's normally where they start at, right? They end up on YouTube, but they start in those places. I go through my algorithm, flipping through videos until I find these people. It's a new face saying something really good and they speak really well. Gotcha. Take the video, save it, and the next thing you know it, I'll see, and I make sure their video, their tags and ads are displayed, and I'll see other content creators with more subscribers than me using the same content creator who I'd never seen on YouTube before. It's easy to put two and two together. You don't have to tell me you're watching my content. I'm not an idiot. I'm not caught up in this 3D world. I'm very observant. I notice patterns, and I notice when you do a pattern shift, okay? When you do a pattern shift, or what you call an update or an upgrade. Let's say you guys are upgrading your aesthetics in the background. I noticed that. And I'm looking to see whether you got any influence from me. Just the way it is. You start upgrading your look. You know, let's give another example. Donovan Sharp, okay? Nothing against Donovan Sharp, but Donovan Sharp takes a lot of stuff from other people. Look, the way certain people look, and then he puts it together. He's good. He's good at that, kind of like Kevin Samuels, right? But I see a lot of other people's influence in what he does. And then the look he's taken on here recently, that's not the same look he had like last year and the year before. Studying and upgrading based off of what you see is trending, what other women like, you know what I'm saying? And what you've noticed on Negroes, and then just taking that and making it your own. I notice all this stuff, bro. I notice all of it. If you end up in my reaction videos and you think you're studying me, you might have ended up there because I'm studying you. I'm studying you too. As slick as y'all think y'all are, I'm studying you too. Sometimes I put you in my reaction videos just to let you know. I mean, I want you to be worried. Like, does he know that I'm watching him? Or is he just putting me in a, no, I'm watching you, bro. I'm watching you, sis. Right? You popped up in my feed. You started saying some stuff that sounded similar to what I speak like, or you look like me now. You went from looking a certain kind of way to looking like a copy of me. So then I got to look in and see what you're doing. I'm not a fool. I'm not going to let my people just like move around me, look like me, sound like me. I'm just like, oh, well, I guess we're all coincidentally going through the same awakening. I guess we're all just out here just getting this divine knowledge. I guess God is giving a divine knowledge clearance sale, right? No, it's not happening. If you niggas had it in you like that, you've been talking like this before I came on the scene. A lot of you have to upgrade it, your whole way of speaking and everything. You ain't gonna give me no props because you know you're getting it from me. You ain't gonna do that. That's cool. But what you will do, what I've noticed about Negroes, is you will turn around and bite the hand that feeds you. You'll start trying to critique somebody that you know that you use to learn and upgrade yourself. Because I'm the kind of person where I work at the highest level, the White House. Some of y'all know how to look that up. Some of y'all don't. Definitely sound like it. So if like this dude worked at the White House, and if I just steal a little bit the way he speaks and a little bit, then I'll be able to get higher level of women and I'll sound smarter. I know what you dumbass niggas are doing, man. I know what y'all doing. A lot of black folks think that this is a hustle. That's why we have a bad reputation. You make everything into a hustle. It's not a hustle, man. This is your career. This is your life. You should be doing it to the best of your ability, not trying to hustle people out. What y'all don't understand, a lot of Negroes be thinking they hustling y'all. They get off their live stream and be like, easy money, another bag, regurgitating somebody else's information, putting no effort into it, and then bragging to their significant others or family members. I'm online all the time, running my mouth, saying a bunch of bullshit I done picked up from somebody else, making bank, right? Acting like they playing people. Y'all don't even understand how they move like that. Like, these people are weird, right? So again, I'm going to call all of you out because, again, once I really realized how cowardly the internet is, and before I was thinking that when I first got on here and I was getting like hate comments or haters with fake, profiles, I didn't really realize that so many people are content creators with fake profiles. So many people are content creators with fake profiles saying certain things to see how I'm going to react to them, testing me. And when they seen I'm quick with it, they backed off real quick. And they also, if they thought about making some content about me, maybe trying to expose me or whatever, ain't nothing to expose, I ain't already said. And once you go ahead and put me out there, you're on my list. I'm never going to stop making content about you. I'm never going to stop making content about you. And you can think that you can get online and talk tough, and I'm run that fade. I'm not gonna talk like that, bro. I'm not. You're gonna know where I'm at because I'm in North Carolina, Asheville right now area. You're gonna know where I'm moving to. Regardless how many earthquakes randomly pop up in Thailand, no matter what, no matter, the fact that there are movies being made about Thailand right now, and there's a lot of attention on Thailand from government and these big movie why? Hell no, man. I'm still going over there. They could have 5 more earthquakes before I get